little bit more. You know what? It sounds exotic.
It does.
It sounds exotic. Yeah.
Just got her washed, so perfect time.
Okay, nice. So it's a 296 GTS that I'm gonna test drive right now.
You'd like me to open those?
It's okay. It's a demo car, so I can test drive it. There's my truck. Okay.
You get less lag in the turbo. Now, of course, with the hybrid powertrain, which actually sits right over here, as you can see with the voltage connectors, what that does is it almost eliminates any kind of turbo lag.
Mm-hmm.
And between third and fourth gear, it is instant shifting and instant power.
Okay.
So the car is just constantly climbing speeds, whether you're at 0 to 60 or 60, all the way up to 130, 150.
Yeah.
So
one thing I found a little weird was the 819 horsepower.
Uh-huh.
But then I was seeing the videos from it's running like car wow against the SF90, and then this car is beating
and
it.
it was beating
so,
it.
yeah.
in
So
the road.
what's going on? No.
It's that's very interesting.
So is they're lying on horsepower or what?
I mean, Ferrari does. I mean, it's all dry weight. This is obviously a rear-wheel drive powertrain. It's slightly lighter. But that's a question that I asked myself when I watched that video, right?
Yeah, so I think that has to be like closer to 1,000 horsepower.
When it comes to power to weight ratio, you have to consider one thing with the SF90 is it has 3 electric motors, right? One to each of the 2 front wheels, one to the rear, right? This has
Just
a rear-wheel
one.
drive with the battery pack and the motor right in the rear of the vehicle.
That's it.
So weight distribution is obviously one thing. And it's funny because I watched that video too, and maybe they're skewing something over there.
Yeah.
But when it was at a rolling race, it actually beat it. So
Yeah,
it's
this
very-
car actually beat it.
It did. It
Yeah,
did
yeah.
in the rolling race.
Yeah. That's what it counts, actually.
And I agree with you. Personally speaking, this is my favorite. Obviously modeled after the 250 LM. If you look at the vehicle, right, the rear of the car, and then the front, especially the shape of it is very unique. It's unlike Ferraris, unlike anything really that we've seen in the modern day Ferrari. 20-inch wheels with the Brembo carbon ceramic brakes. The front end, I personally love. This one in specific has the carbon splitter, carbon side skirts, and the rear carbon fiber diffuser, which in total come out to about $25,000 to $30,000. No worries. And overall, yes, just a beautiful car. A little bit shorter in wheelbase as opposed to the 488 and the F8, but because of that, you feel how tight it is around corners. I mean, the thing just dives right into corners, and the steering rack is very tight. Right, you really feel one with the vehicle, one with the motor.
Okay, I see. Well, let's go to the test drive then.
Yes, let's do it. Now you're in hybrid mode.
Also, it doesn't start.
So it did start, right? So if you hold it down, now we're in hybrid mode.
Okay.
The first thing it's going to do is try to use battery, right, to save energy.
Okay.
Once you have 2 options, full electric drive, which will get 15 miles all electric. You have hybrid mode, where it'll automatically transfer between the both based on your driving style and energy in the battery, as long as gas. And then if I hit this guy, the engine will power on.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, man, you have to learn stuff.
I mean, the new Ferraris are definitely not the same as they traditionally were. Everything is haptic and touchscreen now.
Yeah.
As opposed
This is the same. Like a lot of buttons are the same
as in
mine.
the Roma, correct?
Yeah.
So you're going to be familiar with a lot of what's in here in the Roma. Of course, there's a little more tech in here, being that it's a pilot car and not a sport car. When it comes to tracking the vehicle, when it comes to performance and so forth. Otherwise, convenience-wise, and tech-wise, you could say it's a little less. Actually, in the Roma, you have the middle screen. Over here, you have the full 15-inch display that is going to be your Apple CarPlay, going to be your speedometer, vehicle diagnostics, and
navigation too.
Everything is going to be on your main 15-inch display. I have an 8-inch display over here on my right-hand side where I can see the performance, audio, navigation, and I can adjust a few other settings from here.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? V6 actually sounds a little better than V8.
Correct.
Because it's a higher pitch. I don't know why.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just
They've done a great job with the hot V6.
and then I think it is the flat plane crank too, right? Not the all the Ferraris are flat.
Yes.
Not the cross
Obviously,
crank.
the turbos sit right behind you, so you're going to hear a lot of turbo spool, and you're going to hear that engine. A lot of people call this the mini V12 because of the way it's built, and in all honesty, I can agree with it sounding better than quite a few of the V8s.
Okay, alrighty, let's go. How crazy can I go?
Just don't. Well, these cars will always scare me. Crazy enough to where you don't get pulled over, I guess.
Okay.
That's not on me.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm a good driver. I race and I'm a stick shift guy too. So
Nice. Me too.
that truck is a stick.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah. So okay, so
There you are. Now you're on hybrid mode.
also it doesn't start.
So it did start, right? So if you hold it down,
Huh?
now we're in hybrid mode.
Okay.
The first thing it's going to do is try to use battery, right, to save energy.
Okay.
Once you have two options, full electric drive, which will get 15 miles all electric.
Uh-huh.
You have hybrid mode, where it will automatically transfer between the both based
Okay,
on your
okay.
driving
Okay.
style and energy in the battery, as long as gas.
Mhm.
And then if I hit this guy, the engine will power on.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, man, you have to learn stuff.
You know, I mean, the new Ferraris are definitely not the same as they traditionally were.
Mhm.
Everything is haptic and touchscreen now.
Yeah.
As
This
opposed
is the same. Like a lot of buttons are the same.
as
as
in the
mine.
Roma, correct.
Yeah.
So, you're going to be familiar with a lot of what's in here in the Roma. Of course, there's a little more tech in here, being that it's a pilot car and not a sport car, when it comes to, tracking the vehicle, when it comes to performance and so forth. Otherwise, convenience-wise, and tech-wise, you could say it's a little less, actually. In the Roma, you have the middle screen. Over here, you have the full 15-inch display that is going to be your Apple CarPlay, going to be your speedometer, vehicle diagnostics, and so
navigation
forth.
too.
Everything is going to be on your main 15-inch display. I have an 8-inch display over here on my right-hand side, where I can see the performance, audio, navigation, and I can adjust a few other settings over here.
Okay. You know what? V6 actually sounds a little better than V8.
Correct.
Because it's a higher pitch. I don't know why.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just
They've done a great job with the hot V6.
and then I think it is the flat plane crank too, right?
Correct.
Not the all the Ferraris are flat.
Yes.
Not the cross
Obviously,
crank.
the turbos sit right behind you, so you're going to hear a lot of turbo spool, and you're going to hear that engine. A lot of people call this the mini V12 because of the way it's built, and in all honesty, I can agree with it sounding better than quite a few of the V8s.
Okay, alrighty, let's go. So just auto mode. Okay.
Auto mode. So right now, now CT up. You want to put it on race. Let's keep it on race. One down. There you go. And right now it's in auto mode. You can always put it in manual mode if you please. Just your mirrors. Sorry, so I've done that probably before.
Yeah. It's okay.
But you're a Ferrari owner, so you know exactly how it goes.
So the hybrid turns on and off, as I press the gas, right?
Yes, so if you have the vehicle in hybrid mode, say like as you're rolling out of your driveway, it'll probably be full electric unless you're extremely low on gas. But then once you get your foot on the throttle, it's going to register, oh, you're actually trying to use performance here, let's use some gas. So the goal...
So like right now it's on full mode, right?
This is on full gas-powered mode.
Okay.
Now if I just hit this button over here, bang, now you're full electric.
It's weird.
It is weird, but say you're leaving your house early in the morning and you don't want to wake the neighbors.
Okay.
Not a bad idea. You hit the H. Now give it some time and it'll, there you go, right?
Okay.
And then if you want full gas, full performance, you hit the track.
So what's the difference between this one and this one? They're both hybrid.
They're both. So the difference is that in hybrid, it will run on full electric, like right now. If I go track, it will not. It'll power the engine on all times.
I see. All times.
But you'll still get that extra boost from the battery. It just won't ever power off the engine.
Okay.
So when you're really getting.
And then there's no plug or I don't charge anything.
There is a plug.
Oh, there's a plug.
It's a plug-in hybrid.
Oh, plug-in hybrid.
Yes.
Okay.
So you get 15 miles all electric, and then you get gas.
Okay. But then even if you don't plug it, as you drive, it regenerates.
Yes,
right? Recharges.
Correct. Yes. Correct.
So which way?
So I say get in the left lane
Huh?
eventually, and then we'll do a U-turn and head back the other way,
Okay.
and then you can go straight down and take a left on Jamboree.
Okay.
You from here originally, Bruce?
Yeah, from Irvine.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
I work out in Irvine.
Okay.
I go to Lifetime.
Where?
Lifetime.
Lifetime.
The one right there in Von Carmen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's nice. Where do you work out at? I can tell you work out.
I just have my own gym.
Nice, man.
So I'm my office. I'm so busy, so I have a separate room that I have full of stuff, like the Smith machine and all that.
Lovely. Just make sure you take this one a little bit so you don't get too close to the curb over there. Because I've had that happen on a couple test drives. Luckily, this has a really good turn radius. So.
Yeah.
Is the GoPro on?
Yeah.
Nice. So do you have any other Ferraris in your garage, or is it?
Just for now, just the Roma. But then before I had the 480 and the F12.
Oh, nice, man.
Together. But then I had some personal things going on. I don't want to go for some. Then.
Watch out for cops up here.
Yeah.
They always sit here on VC8.
Okay.
Once we get up there.
It actually sounds much better than V8 somehow. I don't know why. It's a higher pitch.
Yes.
Pitch that I like better.
I agree. And you're comparing it to your Roma or your 488s or all of them? Right?
All of them, yeah.
All of them.
I mean, the best sounding was the F12 that I had, but then.
It sounds amazing, and that's my thing with clients. I'm like, you can read all the reviews you want online. You can talk about how it's a V6, how it's a hybrid. Once you drive the vehicle, that is when you're going to really truly connect with it and actually feel the emotions that the vehicle is going to give you. It sounds amazing. It drives amazing. It's lighter. It's shorter wheelbase. Amazing.
So what's up with all the liability issue that people they order and then they cancel? Like what was that? Those happenings like that?
Well, I mean, here in California, and part of it is California related. The other part is Ferrari related, right? Now you take a deposit on the vehicle, you put a deposit on the vehicle, but at some point, legally speaking, if you don't want the vehicle, you can back out legally in California. So it's unfortunate because we only get a certain amount allocated to us every year, and somebody takes that spot and builds it to their spec. But it's just the rules and regulation that we have to abide by.
So there's nothing wrong with the car, right? Itself.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Like recalls, all that?
No recalls, anything like that. Every now and then, of course, Ferrari might catch something and say, oh yeah, like we want to fix this little thing, but no major recalls on this vehicle. How do you feel sitting in it? Comfortable?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, this is a race seat, right?
Yes, these are the race seats. So horse dev, of course, with the bolsters.
one is your favorite?
This one.
This one?
Yes. And I value, and I don't just value in the drive and everything. I'm gonna value in costs. I'm gonna value in
Yeah, of course.
comfort,
Yeah, of
convenience,
course.
and there's nothing that's gonna check all the boxes like the 296 does as far as the new models. Every time I drive it puts a smile on my face. There's really not much more I can ask of the car. And what are the biggest complaints? The biggest, well, complaints or concerns, not even complaints, because complaints would be from owners, but owners don't complain. Concerns from owners of the 40. What has been your favorite one to own?
You know what? I'm a stick guy, so I mean, F355.
We have one right now.
That was actually the car that I loved. But then you know what? It's too old, and then you need to drop the engine, you know, things like that. So
Yes.
maybe you know, it's in a bucket list, but then not now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We just got a.
Oh, and then the transmission shift.
It's so fast.
Yeah,
it's instant.
It's good.
It's such a blast.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to not put a smile on your face every time you drive it. No, but the 355 we got is a number 24 of 100 of the Serie Fiorano.
Mhm.
So it comes with the stiffer suspension, the anti-roll bars, the suede steering wheel, carbon fiber door sills and the central tunnel, and then what else was on there? A couple other things on that one. Pretty cool. But it has the F1 transmission, so nothing like a gated.
And how much are you asking on that?
They're asking $299.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. And then traction issues, you know, there's
For a rear-wheel drive,
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it hooks. And you're getting off the line just in regular mode, you know? You're in race mode, of course, but you know, when you're launching the vehicle like that off the line, you have the PS button over here.
Yeah.
And if you put it in PS mode, it'll squat and actually.
Really?
Yes. So it'll get ready.
Should you try it?
So yeah. So if you press it up just once, now it's gonna ask you. Right now, you need to be in manual mode. So if we go in manual mode, you put your left foot on the brake.
Okay.
Operation not admissible. Now I think it's recognizing that we're on a. No, it's not letting us right now. Could be different reasons. I'm assuming it's because of the hill that we're on.
Maybe.
We can get a left lane over here, and we'll do a loop and head back.
Okay. Like it?
Oh yeah, man. It's funny because I always sit in the driver's seat most of the time. But whenever you sit in the passenger seat,
I know.
I feel like you experience a little more.
Yeah, yes, that's how it is. Because when you're driving, you know what you're doing, so you know,
Exactly.
it's okay. But then when you sit there, you don't know what's going on. So, oh.
I'm sitting here with a roller coaster feeling in my stomach.
Yes.
But it reminds me of how fast the car is. Because
It is,
sometimes you're numb to the speed when you're fully locked in and all your senses are behind the wheel. It's fast.
It is.
Let's put it that way.
It's you know, nice. I have a good friend in Lamborghini, in Newport Beach. It's he just bought the Tesla Plaid. Tesla Model S Plaid.
Yes.
Woo, that thing It is really fast. Like, you know, I was in the, you know, passenger seat and I was filming it. I dropped my phone. That's how fast it was.
Sounds like, yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to compete with those.
Yeah.
100 grand and you're smoking everything on the road almost.
Yeah. I mean, just on the, you know, 060.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this will. Maybe not. Maybe
No, the
not.
Tesla will get this.
Yeah.
The Tesla will get this. Tesla's what, 1.9, 2
Yeah,
seconds?
yeah.
This is a little bit over 2.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about like the high speed.
High speed, this
Yeah.
will get it all day, yes. Once
This
you're
will?
past, yes, once you're past 90 in this car, 80, 90, it'll reel in a Tesla.
Okay.
And for a rear-wheel drive car, for it to get from 0 to 60 in 2.3, 2.4 seconds is absolutely astonishing. Especially considering how much it weighs.
Yeah.
You know, about 1,500 kgs. It is amazing what this car is done. And that's when you read online, you know, all the reviews of actual car enthusiasts, you know, they'll tell you, Car Wow, Matt Watson, Shmee, Doug Horner, all those guys, they'll tell you exactly what the car can really do. Sorry, Doug DeMuro.
Huh?
I said Doug Horner. No, Doug DeMuro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Doug
Cars and
DeMuro,
Kids,
yeah.
I said Doug Horner, who's the Mercedes-Benz
yeah.
guy.
I like Throttle House too.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about it so far?
It feels firm. You know, I mean, I've been driving the Roma, you know, from 488, so I kind of lost the, you know, the mid-engine car feel. But then, you know, it actually feels like good.
It's funny because we went to Cars and Coffee 2 weeks ago and we took this and we took the Roma Spider, and it's just, yes, they're both Ferraris, but you can't compare the two. Sometimes I'll get clients in and they're like, oh, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, and I'm like, well, do you need a 2+2 and a front engine?
Is this a GTS GTB?
This is a GTB.
GTB, oh.
Yeah, so this is a hardtop. This is a 2022.
Okay.
And the turbos just sound fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the turbo sound. Because it doesn't mask the engine sound. It complements it. And one thing about the GTB and the GTS, they've done such a good job at the both of them that they're both very much similar in drive feel. You would barely be able to tell the difference unless you were on a track and you were, you know, a professional driver. Which you go to track days?
Yeah, sometimes.
I love it.
Yeah.
How does this compare to the 488 in your opinion?
I mean, it's much faster, and you know, I think it's the engine. I don't know why they changed the V6, but then I think they've done well because, you know, horsepower-wise, you know, I mean, right now these days V6, even 4-cylinder turbos, they're good in high horsepower, but then it's the sound. You know, I care about the sound a lot.
Of course,
Like,
100%.
yeah. If there's no sound, then I can't drive it. That's why I don't like electric
The
cars.
Tesla, I was gonna say, right back to that.
Yeah. I mean, they're fast, but then just not for me.
When you're spending $250,000 to $500,000 on a car, sometimes even more in the case of Ferrari, you want sound, performance, looks, and you want the car to be as near perfect as can be.
Yeah. I'm trying to feel the hybrid, but then so
You won't feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all built in.
yes.
Together.
So, yeah.
So really between third and fourth gear.
So it just feels like a high horsepower car, not just you know, engine and then hybrid.
Exactly. No, that's exactly it. You hit it spot on, Bruce. It is a hybrid car, but all it's doing is increasing the performance of the vehicle, like the new turbo, like the new Porsches, right?
Yeah.
They're they're hybrids. But whenever I get clients in with a Porsche, they're like, oh, I love my Porsche because it never goes into electric mode. The hybrid powertrain only helps the overall performance of the vehicle. And I'm like, that is exactly the case with the Ferrari. And they're like, oh no, Ferrari, you can put it in all electric mode. And I'm like, yes, which is in many cases maybe a perk. Maybe you do just want to put it in electric mode. For example, when you want to leave your house or shorter distances or whatever it may be, right? But for the majority of time in a vehicle like this, the hybrid powertrain is there to help with consistent power delivery, especially at the higher speeds and sometimes and even when, you know, getting off the line. So it's a compliment, right?
Yeah.
And as you can see, that's the direction most manufacturers are going. You know, you look at the Temerario, you look at the McLarens, everyone's kind of headed in that direction. But Ferrari, because they're the purist brand, it's a little bit trickier to sell, right?
So any like maintenance issues or any like, you know, because this is a hybrid, you know, the electric thing. So anything that you need to be kind of aware of?
No, I mean, you want to make sure that you're plugging the car in accordingly. Definitely, kind of similar with like any kind of electric car or hybrid power plug-in hybrid. Just make sure you plug it in when you get home, and don't try not to let it die, because you know, keeping it plugged in obviously improves battery health over time, and that's about it.
So always plug in.
Always plug it in, yes,
Okay.
when you can. And even if you're going on a vacation for 4 or 5 days, plug the car in before you leave.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's got some miles.
Yes.
This is a demo car. So what year is this?
2022.
22.
So we've had this for 3 years and change.
So do you personally drive it around too?
Oh yes, a couple times.
Okay. Yeah, next time you go, just let me know. I'll be there too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you go to the one in St. Clemente or?
Sometimes, yeah. I went there like once because it's kind of far.
It's far. It gets crowded too. But it's nice, I mean, I've met some pretty good people there, and I love seeing the cars myself.
Yeah.
But I will definitely keep you posted.
It feels solid. It feels nice.
It's a solid car. I mean, it's amazing. It really, and I've driven the 488. I've driven the 12C. I've driven 812s. I've driven GTC for Lusso. I mean, I've driven the majority of the new ones, but nothing truly compares to it. They're amazing in their own, feet. Like the 458, the way it sounds. The 488, the styling on it was great. There's nothing like a V12 Ferrari, of course. But when it comes to performance and a real driver's car, this just is amazing. It's off the charts in my opinion.
You know what? This deserves more and more attention.
It does.
Because I don't know why. Somehow, people a lot of people, they're kind of like weird about it. Then I don't know why. I mean, it's the best car out there.
Yeah. It is. What would you rate it?
This one?
Yes.
Oh, this one is a 10 out of 10.
Come on, man.